Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. Have you ever woken up in the morning, looked at yourself in the mirror, and wondered how you got to where you are? Feeling like you don't recognize yourself or the life you're living? That somewhere along the line, the dreams and goals you held for yourself became a distant memory, and while there's plenty of good things in your life, you just don't know who you are anymore or who you're meant to be. If you feel lost and struggle to know what your purpose is, this episode will show you how to discover your authentic self with crystal guidance. By the end of this episode, you'll have a foundation that keeps you aligned with your highest self so you can live a more fulfilling life. Every day, you walk around wearing the different ideas of who you believe you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to operate in society, at work, within your family. Imagine it like wearing multiple sweaters, each one a different pressure, expectation, or identity. Every time you put on one of these sweaters, it weighs on you and slows you down. By constantly checking yourself, your dreams, and wishes against these sweaters, you hold yourself back from achieving them. You spend your life building your identity around other people and what you learned they expected from you. Over time, you lose connection to your inner truth, and that's usually when you find yourself waking up deep inside a life you don't recognize. This is where working with crystals can help you take off these extra sweaters and connect with your authentic self. The card inspiration this week is the Page of Swords from a crystal and tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. This card is often interpreted as gossip or contracts and has everything to do with the air element and your thoughts. When you look at the central figure, they are standing mid-stride as if they are moving away from the shifty ground and onto more solid footing. The wind is at their back and they're looking over their shoulder at where they are moving away from. Armed with their sword, notice that the full length of the sword is obscured. There are details and information not available, but don't let that be the thing that holds you back. All the expectations from the shifty chatter of gossip is what you are leaving behind, and the clearly spelled out confines of contracts help you know exactly what is your obligation. Your challenge here isn't necessarily around what the nature of the gossip is or what the binding rules of the contract are. It's in finding your way to more stable footing without needing or requiring the full picture of what people are saying or expecting from you. Gossip and contracts are great ways to get tripped up in life. Gossip is led by our peers. Contracts are often the legal binding rules within our society, but can also be the unconscious connections we hold with ideals, beliefs, and rules we think we need to follow. You make these true by believing them, by feeding into them, giving them weight and the onus to define who you are and how you present yourself. Crystals support you in getting to a space I call the in-between. That space where you're not encumbered by expectations, what you consider normal. It's that space where you feel free energetically within your physical body. Crystals act as the permission structure that helps you get there. Let's use an example of money. You no doubt have stories and beliefs around money that you see as truth. And those beliefs and stories guide how you use and think about money. A common story around money is about saving. Whether it's 10% or the IRS maximums established in legislation for tax-deferred retirement, there's this societal expectation that you should be saving money. And truthfully, it is generally a good money practice to not spend everything all the time. But this is the gossip, the contracts at work. Once this innocuous statement moves over into the should space, it takes on an entirely new vibration, one of pressure, expectation, and heaviness. Not because the words don't have merit, but because you're measuring yourself against a metric that may or may not be easy for you to carry out or be representative of your authentic self. When you work with your crystals, you can come to that in between where what is authentic and true for you around money can be clearly and cleanly accessed. Maybe for you, saving money is a priority, but in the moment, you don't have an executable plan, or the prescribed amount is outside your means. You can remove the sweaters of obligation, shame, or guilt when you open yourself up to the guidance and energy shift that working with crystals can provide. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is wanting to control what exactly gets healed or transformed. While it is recommended to hold intention, crystal energy will work where it is needed, and it will relate to your intention, but your understanding in this minute may not allow you to see it. So if you're holding on to shame and guilt about not saving the prescribed 10% or annual IRS maximum amounts, these contracts that may or may not apply to you specifically, that's one of those sweaters keeping you from realizing your authentic self. It's a prescribed way of existing that may not be authentic or true to you. A contract you can then dissolve by tuning into the healing energy of your crystals. The crystal I'm going to suggest for this work is fluorite, and here's why. Hesitation comes from constantly checking your desires against the expectations of others, the sweaters that cloud your certainty. Fluorite supports you in staying grounded in what is true for you, even when the full picture isn't available. You'll gain confidence in your path and decisions. Internalized rules or narratives create mental noise that makes it hard to detect and hear your own authentic voice. Fluorite helps remove mental clutter and confusion, allowing you clearer access to your internal compass so you can separate your own inner truth from the noise of gossip, projections, and inherited expectations. The internal conflict you feel by denying your authentic self to come through leads to increased stress and feelings of anxiety. Fluorite will help you have a clearer sense of direction so you stop second-guessing yourself or feeling split between what you think you're supposed to do and what actually feels aligned. And releasing the layers of sweaters, the shoulds, the rules that keep your authentic self buried allows you to fully access your authentic self. Fluorite will help you release this stored emotional residue so you feel less conflicted and more able to choose actions that align with who you truly want to be. So here's a ritual you can do to access and discover your authentic self with crystal guidance. You'll need your fluorite, paper, and a few uninterrupted moments. While holding your fluorite, spend a few minutes focusing on your breath, allowing your mind to quiet and for yourself to be fully present in the moment. Imagine the energy of the crystal opening up your mind's eye to spaces, places, and times in your life where you've felt disconnected from feeling authentically you. Know that you are safe here in this moment. And when you're ready, put your crystal down and journal on the following prompts. What messages did I receive as a child This could be around money, education, job expectations, how you are to engage and interact with other people. How have I internalized these as rules I'm supposed to follow? How are they influencing my life right now? What would I rather be doing or experiencing? What sweaters or expectations can I release that will allow me to feel more authentically me? I want to address the fear and discomfort that will come up during this ritual. Going against conditioning, whether innocently internalized or coercively gained, can feel daunting and scary. It's normal to feel like making this change will cause your entire world to collapse in. That's where the Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal comes in, a space designed to support you right now as you uncover where you hold yourself back. Inside the portal, you get that support and more, giving you the tools to begin shifting these patterns in your life today. There are healing sessions that help you process emotions, rituals that help you anchor and direct energy, and personalized support when you're feeling stuck, as well as courses, workshops, and activations that support you in mastering new skills and building spiritual alignment. Everything you need to recognize and dismantle the patterns, cycles, and loops that keep you stuck is in the portal, so you can achieve more ease and alignment immediately. Visit my website, 3charmedgems.com, or click the link in the show notes to learn more and join me. Now is the time to stop living at the mercy of emotional triggers and start moving into spiritual integrity. The Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal is where that shift begins. Find your clarity and come home to yourself. The card and crystal pairing are from a crystal and tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. These readings are designed to help you align your energy and focus your week. If you're interested in accessing these weekly readings, join us for free. The link is in the show notes. Today's episode has been brought to you by the Page of Swords, Fluorite, and Authentic Self. May we all see how we're shouldering expectations that block how we access and express our authentic divine self. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.